Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to the League of Unreasonably Confident Women, the show where we challenge the status quo by having the audacity to love ourselves and to uplift the voices of those who have done the same. My name is Carissa Lynn Renner, and I'm doing an unexpected solo cast today. My guest is MIA, and that's all right because honestly, I've had something on my heart that I really want to share and speak about in this group and in this beautiful container. So I'm just going to free flow today and let spirit come through me, let my own intuition lead, and kind of share with you where I'm at in my journey, as well as hopefully offer you some solidarity as to where you are in your journey and how I can let you know that you're not alone and let you know that you have every right to go through all seasons of your life and all emotions that come in the human spectrum of emotions. So let's go ahead and get started with today's free-flowing episode featuring yours truly. And if my guest pops in, then hey, we'll let her come on and talk. We'll see. So let me just ground first. I invite you to do the same if you're watching. Just find your feet on the floor, find your seat in your chair, take a deep breath into your belly. Finding center. So today I want to talk a little bit about branding, a little bit about marketing, and a little bit about the pressures in a social media world to have the perfect bio and to have the niche. Okay, the niche is such an important topic to talk about because I think it can be very limiting. The niche is important because when you start to learn about online business, when you start to learn about messaging and marketing and talking to your ideal client and attracting your soul aligned tribe, this can be such a valuable lesson to learn who are you exactly speaking to and to make that person feel as though you're speaking directly to them, not to just like, it's not like throwing pasta at the wall and seeing what sticks, right? We want people to feel seen and heard by you in your message. However, that can lead you a little further down the line in your online business, in your messaging, in your marketing, to a place of feeling quite boxed in. And I have to say that's where I've been feeling lately. And I wanted to just speak on it a little bit today because it's not a great feeling to feel like you have to be a certain way and speak to only a certain people. And in fact, it's caused quite a bit of analysis paralysis in my own business. If you follow me on my Instagram or on my main Facebook channel, you'll notice that I haven't been posting a lot lately. I've been promoting these podcasts. I have been talking about this show because it's ongoing and I do adore it so very much. And I'm very proud of it. And honestly, it's been a blessing to have this in this season of confusion about where am I going next? What is my life going to look like? And who am I speaking to? Who am I marketing to? Having other people produce that content for me by being my guest speakers and by providing beautiful quotes about what it means to be unreasonably confident, well, that's been a lifesaver in my online business because I don't have to generate content for every single moment of the time. I have some beautiful things that have been pre-created by allowing guests to come speak on this platform. Now, while that is beautiful and all, I am a very passionate person when it comes to self-expression. And by not creating my own content, by not writing, by not coming live and speaking, I've been hiding in a certain way, right? And I actually never encourage my clients to hide. This is something I'm really passionate about, is like, come be your full self, lean into your flaws, be more yourself. The things that you think you're too much of, go ahead and be more of that because that's what makes you really uniquely you. And it is what will attract your tribe to you. But what happens when we do that to a point and all of a sudden we feel like we can't be our full selves because it doesn't fit in the Instagram byline? It doesn't fit in the 4 lines or 3 lines or however many characters they give you to describe yourself as a person. And all of a sudden you start feeling like a brand which is great because in the beginning you want to be a brand, right? Your brand wants to be this clear imagery, this clear messaging. But for me, in my own personal experience recently, my business is called The Bold Vocal. And pre-pandemic, I had started a vocal coaching business where I was working with singers and songwriters to help them improve their craft. And underneath it all, I always knew that there was an element of personal development in my coaching. It wasn't just about getting your vocals better. It wasn't just about getting your songwriting deadlines met. It was about helping you become more you, more confident, more safe in your own body, in your own nervous system, and in your own self-talk to be able to present in the world as such, to be really yourself, to throw music out there, to throw your writing out there, to throw your message out there, and know that it's okay if not everyone likes it. And the people who like it are going to love it. And those are your people. So The Bold Vocal is my brand, is my business. And it's been my Instagram handle ever since I launched. Lately, however, this has felt like a cage. This has felt like a cage without a key. I'm trying to get out. I don't know what to do. And instead of making any sort of change, I've been sitting in my cage and wondering what to do and kind of hiding there and being very much like apathetic or lethargic, even just kind of like resigned. Resigned is what happens when you're put in a cage, right? The caged bird sings for so long and then eventually just kind of sits there. I don't know if that's a great analogy, but you get the idea. For me, this series, the League of Unreasonably Confident Women, is dear to my heart. I want to speak with women about what it means to be unreasonable. For me, what that means is not listening to the status quo, not abiding by it, not feeling that mental health is a stigma that we have to avoid. It's National Mental Health Awareness Month. I want that stigma to fall away. I want women to know that they can do business in a feminine way, that they don't have to do it like men do it, even though men created business. And it wasn't because men created business because they were supposed to. It was because they made it that way. We weren't even allowed to participate in business. So as women, we went through the revolution. We went through women in the workplace, Rosie the Riveter, all the things. And we started hustling and grinding like a man would in a man's world. And so I want women to know that there's another way, that you can have flow in your business, that you can have heart in your business, that you can rest and you don't need to earn it, that you are worthy of being seen, that your ideas are brilliant. And it doesn't matter if someone else already had them, as long as you're not directly plagiarizing, you are only delivering it in the package that is you. And some people will get the same message from you differently than they're going to get it from someone else. So back to my story as of late, which is feeling caged in and boxed in by my brand. Because I want to coach women on their businesses. I want to coach women on their relationships. I want to coach women on empowerment and magic and manifestation. But I also want to coach singers, and I also want to coach songwriters. I want people to be self-expressed in so many ways. And the voice is my point of entry, and it will remain as such. But then there's this whole other side of me. I am a pro singer. I have a voice. I am thinking of becoming a mother. I am a newlywed. I am thinking of becoming a homeowner. These things are things I'd like to talk about on my social media platform as well. And the thought of having separate things, and that's what I've been doing, is compartmentalizing. I've got this Facebook group here about this, and I've got this Facebook group here about this, and my Instagram is kind of about this, but it's a little unclear. And if I send it to a music booking agent, they see me as a coach, and they're like, do you even sing? Whew, it's overwhelming, frustrating, and frantic energy. Can you hear it in my voice? Can you hear it when I'm speaking? I feel it in my heart. So I recently made a decision on my Instagram channel to change my handle to my name, to my married name, Carissa Lynn Renner. And that was a very freeing move. It was just a couple days ago. I'd been sitting with it for a while, and it's like, well, people know that I coach vocals. Will they know that I sing? I don't know. There's all these fears. But let me tell you something. The fear is up here. The knowing is here. The fear is here, the knowing is here, and the knowing is also here down in the gut, down in the belly, in the womb space, in the sacral energy center. And my knowing, when I tap into these parts of my body, is that I want to be free to be all of me. All of me. The singer, the mother, the wife, the coach, the transformational coach, the singing coach, all of those things. The businesswoman. I love online business. I love being an entrepreneur. I love marketing and messaging. I want all of those things to be what I talk about. And in the training that you would have maybe received at the beginning of your own business, or if you're thinking of starting up a business, is that is too scattered and no one will know what you do or if you're for them. But I'm here to actually argue that. And maybe perhaps that's great advice when you're starting out. It certainly worked for me. But at this point, 2 years into my online business, it feels so suffocating to go by my brand name, to niche down and to speak to one person. I want to create change in the world. And I do understand that that means being able to reach the right demographics and to pull them forth in a way that is empowering. But I also know that we are multifaceted, incredibly creative beings. We are of source. We are of creative energy. We are the same energy that is songwriting. We are the same energy that is building an architectural structure. It is the same as sculpting. It is the same as mathematics. It is the same as music. And to limit ourselves in such a way, to me, has begun to feel very limiting. It feels limiting. And so I'm here today to offer you the advice and offer you, maybe not the advice, but the perspective that what if you allowed yourself to be all of you? What if you allowed yourself to be a multi-passionate creator? What if you allowed yourself to be a multi-dimensional being? We are not something you can slap a label on. We are human, expressive, amazing creatures. And we belong to something so much bigger than ourselves. So when we get into these super specific hashtags and bylines and bios and niche markets, are we doing ourselves a disservice and not allowing ourselves to show up fully? A big eye-opening moment for me in this was I've done so many pieces of content in coaching others to be who they are. And when I had some people booking me to sing, which has been my career since I was an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old. I started singing professionally when I was about 15, and I'm 38 now. So it's a 23-year-long career. And because I was promoting my coaching business so much, and I love my coaching business. It's great. It's fun to promote it. I adore it. But I was doing so much of that when a booker asked me yesterday for my Instagram handle and to see me sing, I have nothing to show. Because in helping others find their voices, I have seemed to have lost mine. I seem to have lost mine. And not physically, of course. I have great technique. I mean, metaphysically, metaphorically. I'm not sure what kind of music I want to sing anymore. I'm not sure what kind of music I like anymore. I'm not sure what kind of gigs I would want to do or who I'd want to work with. But I can tell you for sure that I really miss playing music with others after a year of isolation. I really miss the thrill of synergy between musicians and speaking in a language that is universal. I'm also really looking forward to moving into a home that I own at some point. I'm really looking forward to hopefully getting pregnant and going through the journey of becoming a mom and watching how my life shifts and reprioritizes in the light of that, knowing that I will soon have such a huge responsibility on my plate, and watching myself unfold into a new version. And so the reason I share all this with you is because, one, I want to call myself on my own BS, which is I've been feeling the tug to express all of this and all of myself for some time now. And instead of taking action and changing something because I put so much effort into it, I hid and I stayed in that cage and I stayed small. And that's the exact antithesis of what I teach, right? That is not unreasonably confident. It's unreasonably cowardice. So I'm here to just offer you permission to be fully yourself, to be fully engaged in what your heart wants today, and not be afraid to lose out on something or to lose an audience or to lose momentum from something you built just because you put so much time and effort into it. Let me tell you, when I was building that brand, and I still love the brand, when I was building it, it felt so magical. It flowed from me. It came from the depths of me with ease. And it's no longer doing that. But my lack mentality, my scarcity mindset, instead of my abundant mindset, is creating a situation in which I'm afraid to let go of something that is no longer serving me. Because what if no one comes with me? What if nobody understands what I do? What if people don't like the whole me? What if people love it? What if that magic comes back into my heart? What if that ease and that flow and that grace with which I create content and music and synergy and energy and camaraderie comes back in full swing effortlessly? What if you have to burn down the house you built in order to build another one in its place? I'm not burning anything to the ground just yet. I am really laying out my options in front of me and really prioritizing where I want to go in this next season of life. Where am I headed? And this is how I coach women as well, and men. I have men clients that we do this kind of work as well. Where do you see yourself in the future? What are your highest values? What are your top priorities? And are you living in a way that aligns with said values, priorities, and vision of future? And I haven't been. I haven't been. I've been living with a version of the future I came up with 2 years ago. And the future is now. I made it. In fact, I conquered all of my goals. Like I hit every milestone I wanted. I created an online course and then another and then another. I started selling programs that were 2K plus when my first one was $97. And I thought, oh my God, who would ever buy this? It's $100. Musicians don't have any money. No, 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 no. All the things. And now my programs are 2K plus. I'm working toward more. I wanted to be hanging out at $5,000 a month and starting to make, what is that, a little over 60K a year. And I was hitting that last year without knowing it because I was afraid to look at my books. I wasn't looking at the numbers because what if I was failing? I'm just happy being who I am and taking my clients and getting by, right? And here I am trying to manifest $5,000 a month when I'm already making it. And now I want to make $10,000 a month. And when that happens, then maybe 20 and 25. But I can guarantee you, I won't ever hit those goals by letting myself live in a box and by denying my heart's true desires. Because when people resonate, when people love what you do, when they show up for you, it's because you're being you. And it's because you're being in your joy, you're being in your passion. So I ask you today, I want you to take a moment with this before I log off, or maybe after, maybe just a few little journal prompts. One is, where in your life are you feeling caged in? Where in your life or your business are you feeling like everything has to be on brand, or else it doesn't fit in with the picture of you? My next question for you would be, what are your values? Maybe set a timer for 60 or 90 seconds and just list your values: freedom, love, play, joy, money, travel. What do you value? Make a big list. And when that timer goes off, stop. And I want you to pick the top three that resonate the most with you. Circle them. And in the last journal prompt, I would like for you to sit and take a look at, in your life, where are these top 3 values being represented? How are you living up to them? How are you fulfilling them? And where are they being underrepresented? Or another way to look at that would be like, what actions or scheduling or day-to-day habits do you have that don't actually align with that value? For example, if you value freedom and travel, but you have packed your business full to the brim of clients, which might support your value of wealth, you don't have time for freedom. You don't have time for travel. You don't have time to enjoy the wealth that you created because you've packed it so full. So take a look at your values. Take a look at your whole self. Take a look at what your heart wants right now. Right now. Put your hands there. Put your hands on the heart. What do I want right now? And for me, the answer is freedom. It is multidimensionality, multifaceted existence. It is creativity that goes beyond one label I have on myself, which is coach. And even that is a limiting label. Do I coach singers? Do I coach speakers? Do I coach entrepreneurs? Do I coach women? And the answer is yes. I'll coach anyone who wants to feel free in their lives. I'll coach anyone who wants to discover their true voice and honor it. I'll coach anyone who's ready to break out of a cage. If that's you, please send me a message. I'd love to chat. And for now, enjoy your journaling and please have permission to be entirely yourself, all parts. So much love. I'll see you next Friday.